Good morning, good evening. We will wait for a few more minutes so other people can join. And I see Diane's name right here. Beautiful. So while we are waiting, feel free to introduce yourself in the chat.
Wait. Chat.
Welcome, everyone. We will wait a few more minutes for others to join. So please feel free to introduce yourself in the chat.
What?
I'm sorry.
In the chat group?
Yes, in the chat. I think it's Miss Terada has introduced yourself. Thank you. So we'd love to know who is here. Can everyone hear us okay? Let's see. People are slowly coming in, so we will just give a few more minutes so everyone can join. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for being here. We are waiting just a couple more minutes so others can join. So please use this time to introduce yourself in the chat. Yes, and as Becky said in the chat, if you click CC under the CC button, it's a subtitle is coming up.
Can I, did it also provide, I can't get to it because I already have it on. Subtitles for Japanese for those who need it, or different languages other than English? I mean, some
Yes,
do.
but
Yeah.
it is very but that's not very super accurate. So I think that they rather have that English on.
Yeah, well, English is not super accurate either. It's AI generated.
Least,
So sometimes I'm
yeah,
like, what'd you say? Oh, I know what it means.
yeah.
You know,
Unfortunately, that is gonna be.
yeah, but it's better than nothing.
Yes, very true. Very true.
Okay.
All right. You know what? It's 5 past. So let's get us started. So everyone, once again, welcome to WSI webinar today. Title is, sorry, hold on, is the woman empowerment, hold on. Sorry, I cannot see the title. So, okay. So welcome to the Women's Sports International webinar today. So today's title is Women Empowerment, Women's Professional Soccer League, which is WE League in Japan. Okay, before we going into the webinar, there are quick housekeeping. I'm sure we all are already familiar with how to use Zooms, but just in case. So when speakers is talking, please mute yourself And like we said already, click CC button. That's gonna turn on the subtitles. And then feel free, while we are having a webinar, feel free to make a comment or ask questions and using a chat and use that reaction feature during that time as well. And okay, so here is the agenda of today. So we are going to start with a quick welcome message from WSI President Diane Hoffman. And then we are going to introduce today's guest speaker. And then we have the main part of the today's webinar, which is about WeLeague in Japan. And then after that, we are going to have a Q&A session. And then for closure, we will talk about what we are doing with WSI and then our membership at the end. So that's the agenda of today, for today. So without further ado, let me introduce our WSI President Diane Hoffman. She will be welcoming everyone. Here we go, Diane.
Thank you, Kanai. Welcome, everyone. All the different time zones in the world. It's very early here this morning, but this is a very interesting topic today that will give us an opportunity to learn about different things that are going on around the world and how all of us are managing to empower young women using sport. So I would like to welcome you and thank our guest speaker. I think this is exciting, and it's our last webinar for this year. So sit back, enjoy, and please, as part of this webinar, please engage in questions as you have them. It's important to us that our efforts are engaging at all levels, that people get involved, ask questions, and are able to have achieved or learned something from the seminar. So if you have anything that you have a question about, do not hesitate to ask. Thank you and enjoy.
Thank you very much, Diane. Now it is my pleasure to introduce my dear friend, Miss Miyuki Kobayashi. Miyuki and I have been friends for forever, and we've been closely working through the women's sports. So Miyuki, she's gonna introduce, talk about herself. So I'm not gonna talk a lot about her, but she is a legend, so-called, in women's sports in Japan, and then particularly the grassroots women's soccer in Japan. And she has done so much work, grassroots and the top level, to promote girls and women through soccer for a long time in Japan. And a lot of people, not only the people in Japan, the women soccer people in Japan, but also a lot of people, soccer people around the world respect what she is doing, what she has done. So I am very, very excited to have her, and then hearing what this new developed women's league, professional league in Japan has been doing in terms of empowering girls and women in Japan. So Miyuki, welcome, and all for you.
Thank you, Kanae. Hi everyone, this is Miyuki. I don't know why, because my background, if I put the background, I disappear. So I just do without my screen there. So sorry. Okay. Today I'm very happy and very grateful to be here to present about WeLeague and myself too. And so let me show let me see. talk about the WE League. No. Can you see this? Okay. Hi. And I just talk about the WE League, not only WE League. Just talking about myself and the women's football in Japan. Football means soccer in English, but if you have any questions or if you have any, don't hesitate. Like you can interrupt me or you can like raise your hand and just talk. You can talk. So just please feel free. Okay. My name is Miyuki. I'm a board member of the WE League. It's WE League is so-called. And the official name of WE League is Japan Women's Empowerment Professional League. So it is abbreviated for WE League. It of course means we, us, the everybody. So I like this name. I mean, this is our Japan WE League just started like 2021, and actually we just started our third season. So before I talk about the WE League, just let me talk about myself. I started football. I started soccer when I was in university in Japan. And
Sorry, Miyuki. Sorry to interrupt you. Your
Yeah.
screen is not moving on.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's still on the first page. Okay, now it's good.
Is it? Can
Yes,
you
now
see?
we see the second. Yeah, we see the second one. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe not in the slideshow. Okay. So let me see. Then let me introduce myself. So I started football or soccer in college. That time there is no women's team in my university, and of course not any university in Japan. And this is me, and the founded the women's soccer team. And then because my friend in the dormitory, my neighbor in dormitory, her name is Miyuki. She wanted to play soccer in university, and actually our university is kind of very big university for sport. So she thought there's a women's soccer team in the university, but actually it was not. So we started, but when we started, the men's soccer coach, the coach of the men's soccer team, he didn't like the idea we started a team. Because he thinks women cannot play soccer and the soccer is not for women. So we didn't have much. We of course we cannot find any ground, and then we had a hard. I mean, we had a, we didn't have. We had some small field to play. Of course, almost all the member never play soccer, so we don't know how to kick the ball. So this is one, and so the men's soccer coach said, "Oh, they cannot play." So that's why, I mean, they don't really allow us to play. And then I wanted to be an English teacher, so I went to the United States to study English when I was senior, and this is my third year in. When I was junior in college, we finally found 11 people, and so we finally create a team. So this is our first picture, and after that, when I was senior, I went to the university in New York State. It's very small city, small college. It's called New York State University at Oswego. It's very close to Canada actually, and so but of course there is a women's soccer team. So I joined the women's soccer team, and I was very shocked because there's, of course, I cannot really play well, but there's a women's soccer team, of course, and we have a coach and we have an athletic trainer, and we didn't, we didn't watch when we have a game. I mean, they gave us a uniform, and then after we played, we just put in the laundry, and we don't have to wash. So and of course the travel fee we don't have to pay. So I was very shocked about the women's, the atmosphere or environment. And of course there is a big that university has a big ice hockey team, so they have a ice hockey inside field dome, and there's of course basketball field, and they have a women's soccer team. So I was very, very shocked. And then when I talked to my friend, American friends, and in Japan, if you play soccer, you said you're not a woman, but nobody understands. So I was very shocked with the culture difference. So, and I was there only 1 year, but when I come back, I wanted to play more. So I decided to go to the graduate school, not to study, but to play soccer. And when I go back, in our state, we have only one women's soccer team, regardless of which level. So we formed in our like Tokyo area. Some school, some university started some women's soccer team. So we decided to form a women's university football association, which is called Kanto. And then we 6 university joined together, and we made a football association. We started the league, and this is a article from the soccer magazine. It's like 1987, so you know how old it is. So, but this is the article about it. But when the soccer coach of men's soccer team, our university, he was very mad because our soccer team in our university is not varsity, of course, not official, but we formed the football association, but we are on the magazine. So he was very furious because he didn't really admit that. But anyway, we started and we are playing. And after that, and I formed after football association, I decided to go back to US, just study English again, and I decided to go to the graduate school in majoring in sports psychology. And actually, Alabama. It was I went to the Auburn University in Alabama. What's a big difference from New York State and Alabama? But it's called the Auburn University. This is a university. It's very famous for its football. And that time in Auburn University, there's a women's soccer club, but no varsity. And so I could play there. But after I was there for 2 years, and after I go back, one of the player of the women's soccer club, they sued Auburn University because we didn't have a varsity team for the soccer. So they, of course, because of the Title IX, they have to make a women's soccer team, the varsity team. Of course, they are the NCAA Division I team. So they suddenly they made a women's varsity team and they become a very big team. So I was very surprised. Just for the 1 year, they made a women's varsity team, and so I didn't know the Title IX, but that time I kind of witnessed how that this Title IX is effective. So and so I studied there and got my master's for psychology, and I go back again. And after I come back to the graduate school. But then on 1994, I wanted the women soccer players to see the atmosphere or environment of the women's soccer in here. So I started women's soccer overseas tour, which became the bridge tour. So this is kind of one of the first picture for. So I took the university women soccer players to the US, and we did some games with the college. So that's how I started. So 1994 I started, and then some people know that in 1999 there is a Women's World Cup in USA, and this is the big event ever for the women's sports. And I wanted to get engaged in the women's World Cup, so I decided to be a volunteer in New York, and I stayed in New York with my aunt. So I did the volunteer for the 1990 USA. And that event, we had an opening ceremony in New York, and there's I think maybe 60,000 people came. And then this picture, maybe USA won, and this is Brandy Chastain, and so everybody. So this is the biggest event in women's sports so far. At that time, so I was very impressed. And even actually, my aunt she lives in New York, and she's not at all interested in sports. But even my aunt knew this event, so I was very impressed about this Women's World Cup, and I wanted to this time I wanted to show this event and what's the effect or like influence of women's soccer to the society, to Japan. So this is one of the event I decided, this is one of the event I have been involved of women's soccer, because I wanted to show that women's soccer can uh, change the society, or the move people's mind. So this is so after I come back, I decided I want this picture in Japan. So it's one of my trigger, to get involved in women's soccer. And so then actually, so since I've been doing the tour, Kanae came in in 2001, and I can see, you can see this is Kanae in US, and I found some good picture of Kanae. This is she in the Korean restaurant. So she came to join our tour, and so and this is other pictures. And we had two tours in the US and in Europe. So she went to Italy too. And this is, I don't know, many of you know the Zinedine Zidane. He's a uh, French player, very famous. And we had some autograph from Zidane, and this is she too. So then she went to the university in the US, and she won some titles. And then she said there is some opportunity for the scholarships for the US. And so 2002, we decided to do some, study abroad, support, 2002. So for the tour, we have over 30 years. And then we do some study and play US program. So over 50 players um, has been coming to the US and study. And maybe for the tour, maybe we have like 500, more than maybe five, I never counted at all, but over 500 players come to the US and to play, to see. So this is like one of the, that's how we know each other, and we have a very good relationships. And we inspire some players, and we are inspired by these players too. So these are the pictures, like, we do some of the sightseeing, we do some of we attending the class, and we play together. And this is kind of, kids, and we do some of the childbearing too. So this is like I think we have many activities. We do some like leadership programs too in the tour. So this is our life work kind of thing. That's how we know each other. And so now we just come back to the title now. So I want to talk about the soccer and the society. And many of you are Japanese here, so maybe but I don't know if you know the Global Gender Gap Index. It is like this is like an index for the so current state of evolution of gender parity across 4 key dimensions, like economic participation and opportunity, and education, and health and survival, and political empowerment. And out of 146 countries, we are Japanese. Japan is 125th, actually most of the bottom. And for the reference, USA is 43rd. And so we have as you know, we have a big gender gap in the society. And actually, this is like almost bottom for the advanced countries. So we have to really ashamed of it. But this is the reality of Japanese. And then if you see the numbers in the political situation, we are very bad score. Women in diet only 10%, and women in the business management in business position, we have only 15%. And for the salary difference, we have 24%. Women only 70% of men. So that's why we have a big gender gap index, and we have a worst ranking for that. And if you see the soccer, this is the same situation. And we have players, women players, girls are only 6%, and we have 800,000 digital players, and out of it we have approximately 60,000 only. We have only coaches 3% and referees of 5%. I believe in the States, I think women and girls are almost about 50%, close to 50%, I guess. So this is, I think this reflects the society, of course. And you will see this number of the coaches. So leader position of the women in leader position is very few. So this reflects the society of Japan, I think. So this is the actual number. So this is the actual numbers, and comparing to the US, it's very small. But anyway, so this is the I think this 6%, 3%, 5% is like reflects the Japanese society in the leader's position too. So talking about the Japanese soccer, women's football in Japan is we actually started National Women's Football League in 1989. This shows the most of the other countries starting the league like the same as Japan, or we are kind of older. We have like a longer history, I think. And actually, the early 1990s, I think the top soccer players, top footballers from all over the world, and like we are some like World Cup champions, and some actually the Brandy Chastain was playing in Japan too. So I think we are the top league in the world, but nobody was interested. And this club are company owned, so they don't really care about attendance. So I don't say the women's soccer was very popular in that time, but we say we had a top league in the world. So you can see that this is like three Norwegian players. Norway is the world champion that time. So in the club, but we had a bubble economy busted in 1990s. So actually, the company owned the women's soccer team. So company withdrew the clubs. So of course, the foreign players gone, and many players was an employee of the company, so they are unemployed. So after 1990s, they had a hard time. The players has a hard time. They lost a job, but they continued to play football after full time or part time job. So they are like doing the full time job and play soccer. Like maybe they played from 9 to 5. They work in 9 to 5, but and after that they play. They had to practice like from 7 to 9, and they go back to what they go back home and like doing laundry, and like maybe they sleep in the midnight, and the next day early in the morning they have to go to work. So they had a hard time to play, but they keep playing. And we named our Japanese women's national team Nadeshiko Japan. So they worked hard and played hard. Then maybe many of you know 2011 FIFA Women's World Cup in Japan in 2011. Nadeshiko Japan became a World Cup champion, actually beating USA on penalties. And actually, this 2011, we had the big earthquake, as you know. So, you know, so after we had a big earthquake in March, and the World Cup is July. So in because Japan suffered that time, so this moment, women's soccer, Nadeshiko Japan cheered and encouraged Japanese society and especially the victims of the earthquake. So this is a big event and big moment. And then suddenly, because women's soccer was not really popular, but suddenly it became really popular. You know, and you know the Sawa is a captain and she's a legend of the women's soccer. And so suddenly, in Japan, it became, I don't say popular, but it's common. And before, when you say the news of the women's soccer game, I mean, we have only in the news, I mean, we had only men's soccer news only. So when they announce the news, they say only, oh, this is the soccer news. But I remember on they in the news, anchor person said, oh, now we have now news on men's soccer. So they mentioned men's because they differentiate from women. So that time I was very, impressed because when you say soccer, this is a men's soccer automatically. But we started, they society, I mean, begin to recognize some women's soccer. So this is kind of my impressive, like happy moment that time. And actually, even though we don't have a much population for the women's soccer, we have a very good, youth development system. And we are the first and only nation having won the 3 categories of the FIFA World Cups. Actually, Spain won the Women's World Cup this year. So Spain is the second nation. But after 2011, senior team, we became a winner. And after that, under 17 World Cup, we became a champion, 2014. And 4 years later, in 2018, under 20 Women's World Cup, they become a winner. So we won all the 3 categories in the world. So we can say we have a very good user system. And actually, this year, this is like a 24. These players who win the under 17, under 20 World Cup, they become Nadeshiko Japan members now. So now, so we can see some result there. And so we have a very good youth system, but this is the attendance of the Nadeshiko League, and this is a 2011 we became a champion. We actually under 1,000 attendance, but suddenly we became close to 3,000, actually to 2,800, and so we had a big boom for the women's soccer, but gradually we have like a decreasing, and we even missed the Olympic game, Rio de Janeiro. So it's our popularity became very decreasing. And actually, this is a COVID, but anyway, since we became a peak since 2011, and even though we are amateurs, they became a world champion. So actually, we didn't do anything for that because you work full time and practice, and you can become a champion, world champion. So the environment didn't really change actually, and so our attendance is decreasing, and we even missed the Olympic game. Then, and in the world, in Europe, of course, USA it's won the World Cup, has been the Women World Cup, and they have an NWSL. And that time, it's more now, but their average attendance is 9,000. They have a very big movement, NWSL, the US. And in the Europe, the big clubs started to have a women's football, I think because of the gender equality movement. So of course, they started to put the emphasis on women's football, and then China too. Chinese association said that all the men's club has to have a women's soccer team. So this is the women's football war. It became very big, and of course, the power and performance get better. So less and less. So our concern. So because everybody who knows women's soccer in Japan is they think they are the world champion. And but we even miss the Olympic Games. So and the world movement. So many top players went to abroad, even though they don't have get paid. They went to the abroad, and so even though we work and then play, and we had some limitation for the amateur because they have some limited time to to last, limited time to training. Of course, they cannot really care themselves, so we see some limitation there. And but our hope is we have a competitive national team and the talented youth. So reality is this, but we wanted to be a number because we wanted to promote women's football because they can so the we have to, this is the time we have to make it the professional, so that's how this is our solution could be on our solution could be to make the professional league. Is that's why actually the JFA, Japan Football Association, decided to make Japan Women's Empowerment League, we league. So we started 2021 September. So that's how we started. And our cause is the first mission is to be a driving force of gender equity. So not only the soccer, because soccer is a kind of men's domain and it's kind of the reflect of the society. So our the first cause should be the driving. We want to be the women. We league want to be a driving force of gender equity, and we want to establish the roots for the women's professional sports. Actually, women's sports, no women's team sport has professionalized. We have the volleyball and the basketball is very popular, very common in Japan, but their league is not professional. They're like company-owned team. So we want to make rules for the professional women's sports. And plus, of course, we want to grow our women's football, and we want again Nadeshiko Japan world champion again. So this is a full cause for to make we league established. And this is our mission. And we really strives to promote our inclusive society, of course, filled with diverse dreams and ways of living, and where individual can shine through the power of women's football and sports. We don't say to promote women's life, women's dreams. We want make more inclusive society and diverse society through women's sport. So this is our mission. So I don't think not many sports organization to make a mission as a diverse, like inclusive society. It's mostly more narrative, limited like mission. But we league as the named as Women's Empowerment League. So we want to change the society through women's football. So this is the we have 11 teams in the first place, and 17 clubs. We had a candidate of 17 clubs, and we examine not the only competitive side. We have the financial side and the organizational fundamental. We examine, and 11 clubs are selected, and this standard ground, the yellow teams are standalone, actually only women teams, and this green is 7 teams. They have men's and women's team. Actually, we have J League, which is the men's professional league in Japan. Actually, this is the J League team who has women, so they have integrated team. And this year, we have Osaka. Actually, this is a J League team. Osaka joined, so we make 12 teams together. So actually, in the Tokyo area, we have like 7 teams. So in the north, it's Sendai. This is like an earthquake that's happened. It's not really like a diverse area, but in the Tokyo area, we have like many teams. So actually, we want to have more teams in the south and north. And north is Hokkaido, it's called. And we don't have any in Kyushu. It's a South Island. So we want to expand to more like more Japanese nationwide. So this is a 12 team. So this is like a league vision, and of course we want to be a world best women's football for vision 1, and in parallel to that we have a vision 2. The society is our mission, and we want to make world most active women's community. We want to be, and then to do that we want to make a more presence, world presence. So we want to be a world most valuable league. So these two, vision 1 and 2 is parallel, and so this is our like very characteristic thing. And we see this is a we league, and we some action. We call our activity for the societies. We call it we action. So to do that, this is like a sponsorship hierarchy. Actually, the hierarchy we have like some. Actually, your voice gone, but anyway, we have some title sponsor, tier 1, tier 2. Of course, the money is different. But when you do the social action, we make it more circle. Like it's all they are equal distance, and we do many things together, like we do with the partners, we do with some government, we do some with the business people, or we do some like other like educational organization. So this is our collective. We want to make a social impact. So this is how our like how we do when we do the football. Of course, we have for the football sponsorship, we have a like hierarchy. But for the social event, we do more make it circle, and we do together everything. So to do that. And the organization, as we say, that we league is Women Empowerment League. We have some regulation to make the diverse society, and this is a regulation. The club has to have more than 50% women in administration staff, and we have at least 1 female coach for every category in the coaching staff, and at least, and actually they have to have under 18, under 15 academy teams. So in every category they have to have 1 female coach, and at least, and plus at least one woman in the decision making board. And of course, and we have allocated staff in the charge of mission achievement. So this is our like very unique regulation. And actually, even though we stipulate this regulation, some, of course, not all the teams feel this standard yet. So, but still, to put this standard as a mission, so they have to make an effort to do that. And as you know, as I said, like the female coach only 3% of all the coaches, so it's kind of hard to find some female coaches too. But at the same time, because the reason why we don't have many women coaches, but because they don't have a position or they don't have a coaching job, that's why we want to make some positions for the female coaches, and so that they can make some livings. So that's one of our regulation. And for the players, we have to have we made at least we have to have 15 professional players as a team. So actually, so all the club, so some amateur players are still in the club, but we made 15 professional players at the team, and there is some like level, a tier for the players. They have to have at least 5 A license contract, which is about 43,000 USD. This is minimum wage for the A license contract, and for the uh, other players, other 10 players at least, they have to have a minimum wage of 2.7 million yen, which is 25,000 US, and which is not really big, but in the J League or in other European leagues, women's leagues, even though they have only like $10 a day or like $100 a month, they can say it's a professional. So we won't make the real profit, because even though they say professional, they have to earn money and they have to have a part-time job. So we want to avoid that. So that's why we make this is like about the maybe college graduate average salary in Japan. So it's not big, but it's enough to make livings on their own. So that's why we make this minimum wage. And there's a training rewards for the 12 to 20 years who played in the team. They have to pay for the youth teams who develop the team, the player. So we have a training rewards, and we have a maternity leave and consideration for pregnancy. Actually, the professional player contract is kind of 1 year or 2 years. So, but the regulation says you cannot seize the contract because of the pregnancy. So we made this regulation. And of course, we want to have some foreign players, so we make some subsidies for the foreign players, about 30,000 a year from the WE League if you employ some foreign players. And plus, we want to have more, because Japan is one of the top teams in Asia, but without leverage the Asian level, women's football level in Asia. So we want to we encourage some ASEAN East Asian players to play in the J League, and the JFA will subsidize for that if they earn if they employ some ASEAN players. So we not only in Japan, we want to raise the level of the Asian levels too. So that's one of the mission for the WE League, I think. So actually, this is our reality. Recognition is only, the social recognition is 25%. Well, maybe for the quarter of Japanese population knows only WE League. And actually, we have more women staff, but we have a president, we have 12 clubs, but no president of the club is woman now. So this is our third season, but no woman is still. This is a reality. And only for the executive board, out of this is a 2021, out of 11 people, 11 club, we have 6, maybe just above half has a woman executive. And for the staff, we say it's 50%, but the average is 41%. And the first year is 35%, and second year is 41%. So it's kind of increasing, but still not to the 50%. But there are some 3 clubs who has 50% administrative staff. So, they are trying to find the women staff. So our target attendance is 5,000, but that first year we have 14, 16, so about 1,500 people attended. Maybe this is one of the, but COVID maybe, is one of the reasons. So our keyword is the break the glass ceiling. So, very grass seeding is very hard, very solid in Japan, but still we want to make it. And then we made a trophy to do the grass seeding. So I just want to show you the video how we made the trophies. So can you show it again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I am going to show the video. So
Thank you.
yeah. It's coming.
Outstanding and creative. Oh, wow. Inspiring. And I mean, wow. I love it. I want to see that trophy when you get it made. This is just tremendous. I'm sorry. I had to break in here. I'm just so moved and so inspired.
Thank you very
So
much.
creative. Wow.
Thank you. Yeah. Actually, I mean, we made medals too, for the players with the grass. You know, so they got the trophy and they got the grass. So yeah, thank you very much, Vicky.
Best I've seen. This is awesome. I'm going to steal the idea. Great.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, just keep going. Okay, this is like because nobody, when I see the grass seeding to the players to the kids, they never know, what it is. So, we just show this like a symbolic trophy, and they want to the players go for this trophy. So, this is very symbolic. So, thank you very much. So, okay, and then I just talk about some activities for the reaction. It's reaction, and then actually we had the 11 teams for the 2 years. So it means soccer plays in the two games. Two teams, right? So we have only one. We have one team every week. They don't have They don't have a soccer. Game. So we require them to do the reaction activity instead of the playing. So they have to do the club has to do the reaction activity. It's called reaction day. This is the sorry it's in Japanese, but they do some activities. They do some like talk with a talk show with the governors, the woman governor, which is very rare. They have some talk show, and they do some like disabled players. They experience the disabled players, and they do some soccer class. they do some like soccer class with some this it's orphan orphan kids, and they do some food drive, and they do some with some mentally disabled kids. So they have they can think themselves. They do some cleaning activity with the neighbors, and so these are their unique. They have a reaction. We called reaction day. So this is our activity we do. And then this year we have 12 teams. So we do we made some days. We do like all reaction day, and we in the one day we do with 12 teams. We do this in their hometown. They have to do some activities. So this is our reaction day, and then we have it's called reaction meeting. It's called, and we the players and the crowds and our partners share gender issues. So they share some issues about the gender. Gender issues of gender equity, and they discuss about how we solve the problem and how that's come from. And this is one of the player who says that they found out their pay gap between J League, the men's league, and we league team. So they never think about it actually, and actually the national team for the men travel with business class. And even though the Natsuki Japan, when they won the World Cup, they came back with the economy class, and then they never think about it actually. And but then they never think it's unfair. But they call back and they talk to other people, so they think they now aware this is a gender gap. So we do some of these kind of activities too. So this is our action meeting. And actually, I told you we have some regulations about 50%, and we publish these figures, women staff and executive class, and on our website. So even though they don't really meet the standard, they see some progresses, and they can see which club is meet these standards and which club is making effort and which doesn't. So we make it a transparency. So not many clubs meet all that standards, but we can see the progress. Of course, there are some clubs never progress, but still, we make it to transparency. And this is very rare. Of course, there are some sports organization. They make some stipulates. Make 40% of the women is a board member, but never be like transparent. So we won't make it transparent. So this is some examples. And then for not only for the women's player, can you see this? It doesn't move now. Okay. We want to make more opportunity for women. So of course we do some women referees, and we do some anchor persons, and for the commentary people, and we want to make it a woman. And for the photographer is photographer most of the time the man's job, but we make it more photographers. And director for the movie, like for when you do this is a director, and it's pretty rare, but we ask the company who is involved we want to make more woman, which is not in the woman position used to be. So we do, and the ceramic creator, the video you show, I show the trophy. Ceramic creator is mostly, it's a kind of men's world job actually, I heard. So you see there's some, but in that video, woman ceramic creator was there. So we asked them to make the woman ceramic creator. They design, they talk about it. So we want more opportunity. We want to broaden our opportunities for the women. So this is our efforts. So we are asking to not only the players, not only on the pitch. We want more opportunity for the women. That's what we want to create. So this is what we do. and we have, I mean, actually we had two mothers. Actually she the yellow, she retired, but so we have two mothers. So this is it's still small, maybe compared to the, I mean, US, but you know, before to get married player is very pretty rare too, and still rare. But you know, even though you bear a child and then you know you can play, still playing, so you want to show this like role models, right? So this is like you know what do we do, and then more and more like, so like what do we do is like we are aiming like maybe for the football, maybe we want to make more women to be involved, and in the football world we want to be more leaders in the women's football, and to make that we want to make it in society women empowerment. So we want to, you know, to show the what the women empowerment is, and then to achieve that we, after that the diverse society is coming, and Japanese society is very kind of very old fashions and still men's dominated, but to show this like in the pitch, if you, we can show the players are shining, you know, they are like, I mean, pursue their careers. So we want, we can, we believe we can make you know, more gender equal society. So then, so that's what we are doing. Still we are on the way, but you know, very gradually we want to make the society. So you know, finally, to be the most valuable boy, we want to make a soccer player as a girls' top dreams profession. So still, I mean, the women's soccer player is become a new occupation for the girls now. So and then we want to make the football player as a girls' top profession. So to make these girls who playing soccer, it can make us a role model to see now the role model is visible now. So that's, I mean, how we want to achieve too. So this is a like a ideal pitch. You know, everybody is enjoying with like a woman and women and men and LGBTQ, many diverse people enjoying soccer and you know uh, do some activities. So this is our like dream picture for the V League. So that's how we aim. So thank you very much for listening. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miyuki,
Thank you.
for the informational and inspiring presentation. So now I like to move on to the Q&A. So there, feel free to put that question in your chat, in the chat, or you can just raise your hands or start talking. We have one question in the chat here that from Nar. Let me see, where is that? So now here is the she said, thank you very much for this exhibition. Her question is, how do you think we should work to include more women in football?
Okay, and maybe I think sports or like more competitive wise, more like it's kind of very, for some women it's very far maybe, and so make, but actually we have in our secretary in our office, actually there are some women who never play sports, but they say if they are, when they see the men's football, men's soccer, they don't think they're gonna kick the ball. But when they see the women's soccer, they said they feel like want to kick the ball, you know. And then when we had some like soccer like communication, we did some like a soccer game when who never play the soccer, who never play soccer, and we started like a very walking and like teaching from the beginning, how to dribble, like do that. And then one of the girls said, like, she never thought, she didn't like a sports at all. And she did like, actually the PE education, I mean, in Japan is like not really good. So sports is very painful. And when I play sports, I'm always scolded or yelled at. But when she played, she was very, we did like a high five, and we really cheer each other. And she thought, for the first time, she thought sports is very interesting and fun. So maybe, like, I think the for sports, like exercise is very close to the life, and to sports and exercise give you some joy. So maybe this is the first step for the woman, to, I don't know, this is only for the Japan, but I think this is one of the key to make more women involved in not only soccer, maybe just, but for the sports or exercise. Am I answering?
Yes, yes. Thank you. Miss Terada?
はい。Thank you very much for the inspiring presentation. I just want to say thank you to Kobayashi-san because I joined this webinar because I wanted to have a chance to say thank you to Kobayashi-san because I am the person who was inspired by the message of reading and step forward. Because, since the disaster in 2011, I've been working, volunteering to help the orphans and the parents who lost all of 3 children and those things. And then I organized many activities with kids for almost 12 years. But I was comfortable being the number 2 with men. Always the top person, the president were men. But, I was actually working as an interpreter for Vegarita Sendai ladies for like 4 or 5 years. So I have friends, I like women's soccer. And that's 2 different things for me. But when I got the news that we started and then gave us the message that women can do something by yourself and be number 1, those things. And then I was heavily inspired. Okay, maybe I don't need to persuade men to organize something. I can organize an organization to something for the good for the devastated area. And then I started the Taylor Anderson Cup, which is the women, the American tsunami victims, and to commemorate her, the way the former national Japanese players like Sugasawa Yuika or those things, or TEPCO players can come to the devastated area. I didn't know that I can do that by myself, but I was able to persuade the companies to sponsor me because with passion, I want to do these things with I don't want to do something for the devastated area even after 13 years, but not just tears or not just poor things, but with the young, women soccer players, the smiles and the energies and their happy faces. The Taylor's parents' message was the live your dream. So, those messages, don't forget the disaster, but at the same time, don't forget to live your dreams. That's her parents' message. So this 100% can fit my, these things. Yeah, but without reading, I never thought about that to do this thing. So here is a person who was inspired, who changed life thanks to the reading, step forward.
Thank you very much.
That's why I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Terra-san. I have known you. I know you organize very special event. Thank you very much. Me
Thank
too.
you.
Thank
That is
Yes.
amazing. Thank you. That's an awesome story.
you.
Anybody else have a question?
Actually, let me add my stories about Terada-san. Terada-san is one of the person who are pushed by, and I, the women's commentary, one of the women's commentary, because she was a player, but she has to quit the soccer, because she didn't have she didn't find a team for when she was junior high school student, and she has been announced an anchor person, but she has a dream. She want to be a commentary for the soccer game, and of course, you can be a commentary for the men's game, but nobody expected, and nobody asked her for it. And then I just happened to have listen to the radio she was in, and she said she was in the first game of the reading, she did the commentary, and she was big crying. It has been a great dream, but she said she couldn't do well at all, and but she was crying. But she said she was very. She was crying, but she can. Her dream. Dreams come true because she does regularly she does a commentary, but I was very inspired by her story too, as a Teresa-san too. It's one, she made her dream come true to do the soccer commentary game. So as I say, like we league wants to broaden the women's opportunity and push their back to be a leader too. Yeah, and thank you very much for Terra-san to share the story too. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions?
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, I'm terrible with pronouncing names and I don't hear them well, but I'd like to commend. This has been an outstanding, informative, inspiring, moving, meaningful presentation, and all the tremendous work that you and your team has done through the years, and to see that it really, you will have your dips, ups and downs, but the way that you are changing, that you and your team are really major change makers. And this has been a phenomenal, inspiring what I see. I do a lot of work around the world as well. And right now, currently in Southeast Asia and Indonesia, I work in developing youth and those with youth with mixed disabilities for football. And what I'm seeing you doing for women, it's like really truly breaking that glass ceiling. And it's for women overall, and girls and women, it's never been easy in this man's world of sport all over the globe. But especially, there where you are in this day and age, still, I was shocked to see that Japan was named 125th, 25. I was, what? Whoa. And the fact that you're out there working, you and your team are working, and you're making tremendous progress. And sometimes it seems we got like the Greek atlas with the world on his shoulder. You've got that. You've got that with the women empowerment. But I see you lifting up, and you're making changes. And it's not only in Japan; it's the ripple effect that you and your that you are having across the world for girls and women's as well. It's so important that we maintain this connection all over the world with women supporting women. Girls are supporting women. That you have a network with Women International Sport and all over the world, that the people are represented today that who are in this webinar. and we can take comfort and strength and inspiration from the work that you've done and what you've done and progressed through the years, and continue to tackle these challenges. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm on my soapbox now, but
No,
I
no.
really say I truly appreciate and
Thank you.
excited. It gives me hope. Sometimes, we can be so bogged down because there's so much that we need to do still in this world.
Yeah.
Where there's media, as coaches, as referees, it's girls, when we're constantly fighting, and COVID set us back.
Yeah.
Rick. So now we fight together. So, know that you have a network with Women's Sport International and our members, and we can help each other. But thank you for
Thank
breaking
you.
that glass ceiling. Except I have one complaint. You went to Auburn University. Sorry, I was University of Tennessee. Best
Okay.
of the SEC. Sorry, we're the real
Sorry
orange.
about that.
And I work in New York, so here we go. We have some connections there in sports
Yeah.
psychology as well. But anyway, thank you all.
Thank you very much.
I can't say enough. I ain't got enough words. Okay, all right, I'll be quiet.
Thank you, Becky. Thank you.
Thanks, Vicky. All right, Alba, go ahead.
Hi, thank you. Your presentation. So I'm not soccer person, but I worked as a children's sports coach in Japan. And so I feel that there are fewer women than men who want to become coaches, not only in soccer, but in many other sports disciplines. So I also feel that it is difficult to continue to work as a coach. So I have a question. What kind of environment do you think what kind of environment do you think would make it easier for women to continue working as a coaches?
Okay. Because I mean, if you are the coach, you have to be like all the time, like Sunday, Saturday, you have to work. So this is like how the coach is. That's why you have to devote all the time, your spare time, even though you're not a professional, even though you're professional too. You have to, if you are the coach, you have to spend all the time. But this is not situation. Not only for the woman, the not just for the men with some, they have to care something, like care their old parents or kids. So we have to make some environment for the coaches. You can sometimes you can maybe you have to have the put like some two coaches in the one team, and then you are you have to take a rest, and you have something you can do something one together too. So that's one thing. And then as like Kanai has been coach, and then she has been raising some three kids, and actually the bridge person. I mean, when you come to the bridge, I mean they see the Kanai was bearing their children. I mean spending, and then they can see. I mean actually, oh, even though the coach, you can bear the children and you can have a family, and so the Japanese, I mean, players are very kind of surprised, they're open mind, open eyes. So I think there should be the role model, and then plus in Japan, like there's mother has to take care of the child, right, all the time. So they have to make like some, I mean, you know, child can be beared by anybody, right? If they go together. Of course, they need love too, but especially for the mother's burden is too much for in Japan. So of course, I mean it's been changing. Still, I mean actually, so that they have to change this mindset. You know, mother has to take care of all their children. It's not only mother's job, and plus the environment of the coaches we have to change too. So then I mean we can make the changes. So now I'm in my team. Our team has a coach who just, you know, who just bear the child, bore the child. And she was, she was upset. She couldn't train, but she had some like, when she was pregnant, she did some like, administration job, and there are somebody who took, who did some training. And when they have, they take the kids sometimes, you know, to the training, and but you know, somebody is taking care of, you know, the players or like some other coaches taking care of. So they get used to it. Before the player didn't think about, or that somebody says, or in this competitive, you know, pitch or like a training, why the kids has to be there, you know. But once they get used to it, it's nothing there. So you know, we have to like maybe change the. Of course, we have to change the environment too, like make the better environment for the coaches. But still, we have to change the you know, change the mindset, you know, with the kids too. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alba. Thank you, Miyuki. Any other comments and questions? All right. Thank you,
I just send you.
Miyuki. Yes.
You're welcome. Send you the trophy, the link or the trophy. Maybe
Yes.
so. Is the same.
Yes. If you check the chat, there is a the link for the YouTube videos of that break the ceiling video. Thank you for sharing that, Miyuki.
Thank you.
Okay. Before we go on, I'd like to share what we are doing with the WSI as well. So let me just go here. Okay, so WSI, oops, hold on. Let's go forward here. Okay, so WSI, among many other the project we do. So what we are currently doing is maybe many of you already know because it's a lot on social media. But so UN Women has been on this campaign for 16 days of activism against gender-based violence from November 25th through December 10th. So WSI joined this project this year, and what we have been doing is to posting a message or statement from various people from WSI, WSI president or boards or like members and student members has been sending us their message, a statement related to this topic, and then we've been posting their messages every day during this 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. So this will continue until December 10th. So from here, from the participant today, for those of you who hasn't sent us the message or statement, and if you'd like to join us and send a message, please feel free to send your message or statement or video messages. And then you can, and then even though you may not want to send your message, but please join us to continue this important activism against gender-based violence around the sports and then beyond the sports. Okay, hold on. Okay, lastly, I'd like to touch a little bit based on most of you are actually a member of WSI, but if you are not member of WSI, please consider joining WSI as a member. And number one, like Dr. Becky Clark mentioned, you'll be part of the network, that global network for women in sports. And then in addition to in addition to joining the network or global network for women in sports, you will also have opportunity to contribute to some of the project if you like to, or just that your contribution will help WSI to accomplish many of the project that we've been doing. So if you have not joined the WSI member, please consider joining WSI as a member. And then if you go to the website, and then on the very first page, you see this Join WSI page, and you click this Join Now. that takes you to that membership form as well. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me any question through the email as well. Okay, and then we also have a 3 social media platform, Facebook and LinkedIn and X. So if you have not followed us on the social media, please follow us on any of the social media platforms we have with WSI. And you can scan this QR code, or you can go to the WSI website, and then on the top hand side there is a link to the social media platform as well. Okay, once again, and then again, I like to thank you, all of you to being here, but also especially I'd like to thank for Ms. Miyuki Kobayashi for taking your time from very, very, very busy schedule to share your stories, and then share what you and then your team does in W League for many women and girls, not only in Japan, but in Asia and beyond. And it was very inspiring, and it's very informative of what you and your teams are doing. And I think this will be a great informational session for many other women who are trying to do the same, but maybe need a little bit more resources and information to get started for like women's league or women's professional league around the world. So this webinar has been recorded, and it will be posted on the website for the other people to view later as well. So Miyuki, thank you again for being here, and thank you again for taking your time to share your inspiration and informative stories. And then everyone, thank you for being here today. Thank you,
very
everyone.
much. Thank you for having me here.